Hi guys, my name is Brooklyn Romero and I'm currently in the teacher education program at Colorado State University, Pueblo. Unfortunately, due to COVID-19, we're unable to finish our field experience hours at elementary school since they are online currently, but fortunately us teacher education students are able to do our lesson plans online and we post it onto YouTube. And we post it for parents, teachers, and students to see so they're able to do this if they have these materials at home during this pandemic. So I got this from a website and it was specifically for Earth Day. So Earth Day just passed, but you can do this if you're learning about volcanoes, if you're learning about mixtures, if you're learning about chemical reactions. You can use this for a ton of different lessons. So the materials for this lesson is vegetable oil or any type of cooking oil, Alka-Seltzer, food coloring, a mason jar. It can be in a water bottle, any sort of container works, and I'm going to use a measuring cup. So how I would go about this if I was in my own classroom right now is before starting the lesson, ask the students if they've ever had a lava lamp before, if their family members ever had a lava lamp before. And I want them to discuss with their side partner, their neighbors, what they think a lava lamp looks like. I'll have them discuss that for a little bit, and the person they discuss with will be their partner the remainder of the time. So each group will be making one lava lamp, and there's only 2 people groups. So a group of 2 will be making a lava lamp, and before we get started, I want them to take out their science journals and maybe make predictions on what they think we'll be using for this experiment. So I want them to make predictions on what materials we will be using before I set them out for them to grab. I would give the students about 3 minutes to do so, and once they are finished with that, I will explain the materials we will be using: the vegetable oil, Alka-Seltzer, food coloring, a mason jar, and a measuring cup. And I want one person from the group to grab all the materials, and we will be doing this project all together. I want the students to do the directions one at a time together. So the first thing we will be doing is pouring 1.5 cups of vegetable oil into the jar. So once they have the vegetable oil in their measuring cups, I would have them carefully pour it into the mason jar. This is a lot of oil, it could get messy, so I would have gloves for safety materials. Here's that. Next, I would have the students go to the sink and fill up about 1/2 cup of water into the measuring cup and pour it into the jar. You notice how it goes straight to the bottom. And maybe have the students observe that, why that happened, why did the water soak to the bottom. Okay, so next I will have the students drop about 10 to 15 drops of food coloring. It can be any color of their choosing. I choose red. Okay, so I have my red food dye, and I'm gonna drop about, we'll do 15. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15 drops. They also sunk to the bottom. And then lastly is the Alka-Seltzer. So you just throw it in, and that should be what makes the lava lamp. And for this, I want the students to just enjoy it. I want them to observe everything, and as soon as this runs out, they can write down in their journals what they saw. So here we go. I feel like children would really enjoy seeing this. It almost looks like there's a tornado in the middle. And I feel like it would work with even less food coloring. I want them to discuss as partners what they're seeing. And you can also cut the Alka-Seltzer in halves, in fourths, or in thirds, so you can have a smaller reaction. So after their lava lamps stopped erupting, I want them to discuss as a class what they noticed and why they think this happened. And once they discuss as a classroom why they think it happened, I want them to know that oil and water will never mix. So that's why the water sunk down, because water is heavier than oil. And I want them to know that that could never be a mixture. You can't mix oil and water. And as for the food coloring, it sticks into the water. So it stuck into the water bubbles, and that's what made it go up. And I want them to know that that was a chemical reaction. The Alka-Seltzer did create a chemical reaction to that lava lamp. And once this experiment is over, I want the students to write in their science journals why they think that happened, if their predictions were correct with the materials that they use, is this what they expected, and as a short debrief, I would have the students draw in their journals a picture of their lava lamp. I want them to be as colorful as possible, as creative as possible, and I think that would be a fun way to keep their brains moving. And for those who don't have a lava lamp, maybe they can make one at home. So it is safe, it could get messy, so I recommend having paper towels handy. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this little science experiment.